Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weekly show, Food is the Best Medicine, Soul, Body, Mind. This is Zana Clark. I am your host for the show. I am an executive wellness coach with Soul Resonant Wellness, and this is where I help very busy, high-achieving women who have dedicated their whole lives to their careers, to their families, to their communities, but not to themselves. And now they're at this point of life where they want to make a shift. They know there's more to life than what they've been doing, and it's time to focus on them. And so I help them tap into those messages of the soul and use that as fuel to make the dietary and the lifestyle changes that they need to make to overcome health challenges, prevent future health challenges, and create a life that they absolutely love and have the energy and the vitality to do so and to enjoy it. So each month I am here with you. And twice a month, we focus on food for the body, where I talk about actual food that we put in our mouth and how to use quick, simple, nutritious, and delicious recipes to feed ourselves. And then twice a month, I focus on food for the mind and food for the soul, because unless we are doing this healing in an integrated, embodied approach, we don't really get well. We may overcome some physical issues, but then other stuff shows up. So when we do a soul, body, mind approach, we get a holistic healing. And that's what we're about, holistic healing, so we can step forward with all our gifts and make a big impact in the world. So today we are talking about food for the mind and the soul, and I'm going to teach you one of my favorite meditations. This meditation is called the Satanama meditation. It is from a practice of Kundalini yoga. That's a form of yoga which I teach. It is considered the mother of all of yogas, and that most of the other lineages of yoga that you know of have stemmed in some sense from Kundalini yoga. And Kundalini yoga was brought to the United States in the 60s by a yogi called Yogi Bhajan. And he was a guru. He was a guru from India, from this very, very, very long ancient lineage of yoga. And he recognized that times of the 60s were very trying. They were trying to our nervous system, to our hormonal system, and things were showing up in people's physical bodies that he knew the technology of Kundalini yoga could help. So against his lineage's wishes, he brought this to the United States, and it was very helpful back in the 60s for helping many, many, many people transform their experience. And it continues to be popular. And now, with the turbulent time of this century and everything that we've been going through for the past couple of years, it really is a great time to return to the technology of Kundalini yoga to help us navigate the waters. And so the Kriya that I'm going to teach you today, the Satanama meditation, is one that's very good for the mind, right? It's very good for calming the nervous system, calming the endocrine system, which governs all your hormones, which affects your mood and our mind, so it affects our thoughts. But it's also good for all aspects of cognitive function. They've actually done clinical trials, so there's scientific research that has been done on many of the Kundalini yoga technologies. Be very good for many functions of the brain. So for cognitive function, how we learn, how quick our neurons fire so that we can make connections quickly, how our memory is functioning, both long-term and short-term. So there's actual clinical data on the benefits of this particular meditation called the Satanama meditation. So for all of you out there who are getting your brains bombarded with everything that's on the internet and everything that's in the news that is creating a perception, but something in you wants to ground yourself, wants to be able to listen to that inner wisdom, that inner knowledge, this is a great tool to help shift that process. So, Satanama meditation, what is it? It is a meditation that involves a mantra, and a mantra is a voice expression. So it comes from the voice. It is done kind of sometimes spoken out loud, sometimes in a singing voice, sometimes in a whispering voice. Sometimes it's a silent speaking of the sound. It uses a sound current. Sound currents have been shown to work with the chakras, the chakra alignment, to raise the energy within our body and align it with the energy of what's out there that we are trying to bring into our life. So if we have a vision, last time we did food of the mind and food for the soul, we talked about visioning and creating a vision for our life, a life that we would love to live, right? So that's the work that we're doing, how we're expressing ourselves into the world, and the relationships that we have, not just love relationships, but all relationships, family and work, all interpersonal relationships, relationships with people of other cultures, which is something that I am very adamant about promoting more cultural harmony, and freedom. So freedom so that we have time, we have money to really live this life that we love. So when we're talking about our vision, one way to help get to our vision is to shift our perception and to use a mantra to help us get there. So today we're going to be talking about the Satanama mantra. We use the mantra in conjunction with acupressure points. So mantras work on the 84, they say, acupressure points that are in our mouth, on our palate, right? And when we say the words and we whisper the words and we imagine them silently, we're working with those acupressure points. Then we use our hands. We use our fingers and the pads of the thumb against each of the fingers. This creates a mudra. And a mudra, once again, works on acupressure points. So acupressure points, as we know, just like acupressure and acupuncture, work energetically in the body to help shift things in our body. They work on the nervous system. They work on the hormonal system, the big communicators in our body, and it shifts how we feel. And when we can shift all of that, it's going to shift how we heal. So that's how our food for the mind, our food for the soul connects to our food for the body and the healing process so that we can live this life that we want to live. So with all of that background, let me go into how to do Satanama. So with each syllable, sa, ta, na, ma, we use a hand mudra. Sa, we touch the thumb to the first finger. Ta, we touch the thumb to the index finger. Na, we touch the thumb to the middle, to the ring finger. And ma, we touch the thumb to the baby finger. You can see it's a little bit of a tongue twister. So it's sa, ta, na, ma. Na, ma. Very simple, very easy to remember. What it means is that there's a cycle to everything in existence. Everything comes, everything goes. Everything has a beginning, sa. Everything has a life, ta. Everything has a transition or transformation, na. everything has a rebirth. Ma, sa, ta, na, ma. And so when we're saying this, we remind ourselves, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Some people may feel more comfortable saying, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Other people may want to use the original Sanskrit sound current, sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. That is totally up to you, right? We always have modification, so we're comfortable with what we're doing. So there's different ways you can do this. One, you can just say you're at work and there's a meeting and something's happening and you're feeling stressed. You just kind of put your hands under the table and you silently say it to yourself. You may be at home, right? You may be at home and you're having a discussion, or there's something on the news that you don't agree with. You just go into your mudra and you silently say it to yourself. Nobody ever has to know that you're doing this mantra. They never have to know that. Now, you can also practice this preventatively and as a therapy. And when you do it that way, you do it with a certain structure and for a certain period of time. You can do this for 6 minutes at the minimum. You can do it for 12 minutes. You can even go as long as 30 minutes, but don't go any longer than 30 minutes. That will be more than enough. For you high achieving people, more is not always less. Sometimes less is better. So I'm going to show you how to do the 6-minute version. We don't have time to actually do the 6-minute version because these little shows are very quick. But I will record a video of me doing the 6-minute version, and I will post that on my private Facebook group, Real Food, Real Joy, Real Healing. That's Real Food, Real Joy, Real Healing. And you can go after the show and you can find the 6-minute version and you can do it along with me. And then once you get the hang of it, you can do it on your own. So I'm going to just explain the simple version. You do it sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. You will repeat that in your voice, your spoken voice, for 1 minute. Then you will go to a whisper. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. For 1 minute. Then you will go silent. For 1 minute. And then you reverse. You do silent for another minute. You do a whisper for another minute. And then you speak it again. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. And if you want to make it more powerful, you can sing it. Because when we sing anything, that raises our energy, it raises our vibration, and it helps us be in alignment with the high vibration of the things that we want to bring into our life. All the best things in life, whether it's career, whether it's making a positive difference in the world, whether it's having a love relationship, whether it's having harmonious relationships, whether it's being able to live prosperously so that you can take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, contribute to the world, give back to others. All of those things that we tend to want as human beings, they are high vibratory ways of being. And so when we do meditation, when we do mind, body, soul practices, and when we sing and when we pray, All of those things help raise our energetic state to that level. It's called our feeling tone. We feel good, we feel happy. So if you really want to do this, you can sing it. Satanama, Satanama, Satanama. And it's beautiful. And if you have a beautiful voice like my producer, Miss Michelle Murray, then you get an even more beneficial effect. Sometimes just listening to somebody with a beautiful voice. So you can find this on YouTube, and there are many people with beautiful voices that are singing this on YouTube, but I like to sing it myself. I just love the resonance of the singing and the feeling of connecting. Sometimes I close my eyes and I will visualize what I want. I bring that into this area of my forehead, which is where my intuitive center lies. And so I'm tapping into that inner wisdom that helps me understand this too shall pass. Nothing stays the same. I can shift my perspective from what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling, into something that's more in aligned with where I want to go. I use this for my healing, for my body, for weight loss, for healing metabolic conditions, for healing conditions of the gut. This will help that a lot because our gut is where our instincts lie. There's that gut-brain connection. So with that in mind, let's see, I'm going to turn it over to my producer to bring up questions that people have, and then I will answer those questions for today. So hi, Michelle. How are you today?
Hi, Zana. Satana. Yeah, this is great. This is really great. We actually have a question from Sam. It's a good question.
Oh, very good.
Is there a specific breathing pattern for the Satanama meditation?
Very good question. So when you do Satanama, it's automatically going to put you into the correct breathing pattern because you want to have a normal breathing pattern. And if you're trying to sing and you were trying to do inhale, exhale, it makes it, your brain will start to focus on that, and it makes it a little taxing to the brain. And we want to be in a relaxed mode. So when you sing it or say the word sa, ta, na, ma, you can see you naturally exhale, and then you have a very soft inhale to get your breath. Natural exhale and an inhale. Sa, ta, na, ma. Very good. Thank you for that question, Sam.
Well, we have a question from Patricia, another loyal listener. And she said, where do you focus your mind while saying this mantra?
Yes, so you focus your mind on the third eye, which is this area, right, kind of in between the eyebrows, a little bit higher. If you know your chakra systems, this is the energetic system of the body used in yoga traditions. This is your center for inner wisdom, for intuition. So you want to tap into that. As you're saying this, you want to be tapping into your own inner wisdom as to what the truth is about the situation that you are encountering, right? So I close my eyes. I kind of raise my eyes to focus on this sixth chakra as I'm doing my mantra. Very good. Excellent questions. Very good.
Here's a question, and I was also wondering this. How many times a day, and like, is morning or evening better? And I'm wondering if this could even help if, like, some people may have trouble sleeping. Would this kind of help with that?
Excellent, excellent question. So it's very flexible. You could use this as many times a day as you like. And whenever you find yourself at a point where you need to shift your energy. So one of my sayings that comes from my Dream Builder program that I teach to help people reach their dreams is it starts with noticing what you are noticing. So increasing our awareness. So when we notice that we're noticing that we're in a disagreement with something, or we are feeling stressed, or we're just feeling off, we're not our usual vibrant, bubbly self, you can use this. And you can just go into the silent, quick version, just using your mantra, saying it, and using your mudra with your fingertips. If you want to practice it as a meditation for preventative purposes and therapeutic purposes, it's great when you can do it twice a day, right? You could do the 6-minute versions twice a day. And in Kundalini yoga, there's a belief, and not just in Kundalini yoga, but in many energetic systems that are helping us align ourselves as human beings with this universe that we live in. It's believed that the hours of like 3, 4 in the morning, early dawn, right? Early dawn. So maybe like 4 in the morning to like 7 in the morning is considered early dawn. It's called the ambrosial hours. And they believe that when we're sleeping during those hours, or a lot of people wake up during those hours, your brain is the most receptive and the most connected to what's going on all around us, the life force that's going on. That's a great time to do it. So when you wake up in the middle of the night, it's like 3 a.m., something like that, you can do it laying in your bed. You can just do it silently. You don't have to like sing it out or anything like that. You can just do the mudra and silently say the mantra in your mind. If you wake up later and you want to do a meditation practice, just do it first thing, like kind of before you get caught up in the day, right? And then at the end of the day, you can do it. The other kind of ambrosial hour is from 4 to 7 in the afternoon. So that's always a great time to do your meditation, your yoga practice. So that's a nice way to build it in, right? So very good question.
Great. Well, we just had a couple of comments. Dorothy says an outstanding share in meditation. And Sean says, awesome. And Patricia says, yoga is one of the best things I do for my mind, which is definitely very grounding. So.
Yes, exactly. And I want to just comment on Patricia's comment, because a lot of people think of yoga just for the body or just for stress. But they don't realize that yoga is a very powerful tool, especially when it's taught in its authentic approach, which is how Kundalini yoga is taught. It's holistic, it's very authentic, that it's not just for the body, it is for the body, the mind, and the soul. And it's very, very powerful for shifted mindset. So in the work that I do with women, where I'm helping them overcome these health challenges and get clarity on their visions, and then start stepping into their vision, we have to work on our mindset quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, very powerful. So thank you, everybody. So glad that you were here, and join us every week, every Friday at the same time, 12:15. We will be on. Next week, we will be talking about food for the body. I'll be back with a delicious, quick, simple, nutritious recipe to share with you. So I will see you next week. Be sure to jump on over to the private Facebook group, Real Food, Real Joy, Real Healing. You will get a posting of this meditation, as well as many other recipes and things that I've provided, and lots of good information. You can also reach out to me at www.zanaclark.com, my website. I do have a free gift for you there, and I'm always changing that free gift out. So jump on over and get a copy of that. And I look forward to seeing you next week. And if you have a question, you can post it. You can send me a messenger request, and I will be happy to answer that. See you next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful, magical, mystical week.